Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Their Excellencies, the Right Honourable Dame Patsy Reddy, Governor-General of New Zealand, and Sir David Gascoigne.
Ti he mauri ora. Ai o ki te rangi. Ai o ki te whenua. Ai o ki roto i te mana o tēnā o tātou. Ko tae mai rungi te reo karanga o tō tātou nei kāwana tianara. Kia tau kia tātou katoa te ata whai o tō tātou ariki. Ai hukaraiti. Me te aroha te atua, me te whiwhinga tahitanga ki te wairua tapu, ake, āmene.
I ngā mana, i ngā reo, i ngā iwi o ngā hoe whā. Tēnei aku mihi mahana ki a koutou. Nau mai, haere mai rā, ki te whare kawana. Kia ora tātou katoa. I specifically acknowledge our kuia, Dr. Hiria Hape, our kaumātua, Mr. Joe Harawera, tēnā kōrua. And I offer a very special welcome to today's honour recipients. It's a real pleasure to host this investiture ceremony and bring together 5 honour recipients, along with their family and friends, to recognise the contributions they've made to our country. As Governor-General, I have the authority and the privilege, on behalf of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, the Queen of New Zealand, to hold an investiture for her and to confer the honours which each recipient is entitled. An investiture ceremony is one of the most important duties I perform as Governor-General, so it's a very real pleasure to resume these ceremonies after the disruptions we experienced earlier in the year. On these occasions, it's my privilege to bring together individuals who've made an exceptional contribution in their respective fields. Some of you have a national public profile, others are well known in your own communities. But what you have in common is the positive impact you've had on the economic, environmental, social and cultural well-being of our nation. This will be a memorable day for you and for your family and friends who've come here to celebrate with you. Ladies and gentlemen, as each recipient comes forward, may I ask you to join me in thanking and congratulating them for their service to our country. Mr. Ward Kamal will now read the citations for each recipient and ask them to come forward to receive their insignia.
Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Ms. Susan Sinclair of Auckland, for services to the community and governance. Susan Sinclair is chairperson of the Walsh Trust, which offers support and recovery services for people affected by mental health issues and disabilities. She was a Member of Parliament for Titirangi and a councillor for the Avondale Ward of the Auckland City Council. She worked for the Department of Internal Affairs and the Ministry of Social Development and as Planning Commissioner for the Auckland City Council, North Shore City Council and Rodney District Council. She chaired the Road Safety Trust. She has been part of the Auckland Housing Allocations Committee of the Housing Corporation, Auckland Institute of Technology Council and Auckland War Museum Council. She was coordinator of the Friends of Auckland Zoo and organiser of the Keep Motat Moving campaign. Ms. Sinclair currently chairs Toiora Arts Trust. Ms. Susan Sinclair, please come forward. Excellency, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. George Chan of Auckland for services to philanthropy and the community. George Chan is leader within the Buddhist Compassion Relief Zuchi Foundation, which provides free health checkups, blood donation, education programs, financial assistance scholarships, environmental conservation, disaster relief, and other services to the community. He has been the organisation's secretary and CEO and raised almost $3 million, including a personal donation of $400,000 to build its Auckland headquarters. Zuchi distributed hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cash cards to low-income families after the Christchurch and Kaikoura earthquakes and Edgecombe floods. Mr. Chan has actively supported St John and volunteers at the City Mission and the Auckland South Correctional Facility. Mr. George Chan, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the Queen's Service Medal, Mr. Rod Brown of Kerikeri for services to conservation. Rod Brown helped to establish and is Vice Chair of Guardians of the Bay of Islands, which leads Project Island Song, the ecological restoration of 7 pest-free islands in the Eastern Bay of Islands. He is a Far North Forest and Bird Committee member. He was the founding chair of Vision Kerikeri, an early advocate for protection of Puketī forest, and a founding member of Carbon Neutral Kerikeri. Mr. Brown set up the native plant nursery that was the beginning of Kerikeri Shade House, a group of volunteers who propagate and grow plants for community conservation projects across Northland. Mr. Rod Brown, please come forward. Mr. Terry Wade of Auckland for services to scouting, education and the community. Terry Wade was principal of Glenavon Primary School for 20 years. He fundraised for Glenavon School Hall and established a preschool group on the school's grounds. He has been secretary and president of the Waitakere Area Principals Association. He is a venture leader for the Te Atatu Sea Scout Group and has held leadership positions within Scouts New Zealand. He serves on the Motu Moana Campsite Management Committee and runs Ventura training courses. He helped to establish the Turn Your Life Around Police program. Mr. Wade has volunteered as Health and Safety Manager for the Habitat Tua Te Awa Environmental Group. Mr. Terry Wade, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive an honorary Queen's Service Medal, the Reverend Kalolofihaki of Auckland for services to the Tongan community. Reverend Kalolofihaki is convener of the Whawhewhanoa Tonga Methodist Mission Charitable Trust, which provides social services in Auckland's Tongan community. He leads the annual Whawhewhanoa Education and Training Expo for Tongan youth in West Auckland. He helped to establish Auckland's Tonga Health Society and the Pacific New FM station. He was elected Secretary of the Manurewa Tongan Methodist Church and the Tonga Language Week Committee. Reverend Fihaki is currently a full-time minister at the Auckland Manukau Parish, Newland Tongan Methodist Church, and previously worked as a senior advisor for the Ministry of Pacific Peoples. Reverend Kalolofihaki, please come forward. Your Excellency, the investiture is concluded.
Our honours system is our nation's highest public affirmation of outstanding individual achievement. It reinforces values and behaviours that sustain our communities and help our nation thrive and prosper. These include service, courage, manaakitanga, and the pursuit of knowledge and excellence. By using their talents to make ours a better society, whether by service to their communities or by their leadership in diverse fields of endeavour or their commitment to excellence in their own field of expertise, our recipients have set a fine example. To the recipients, it's been a privilege to hear your stories today. You've demonstrated determination, commitment and compassion in your daily lives, and in your own way, each of you has helped make Aotearoa New Zealand a better place to live. In some cases, your influence and the positive impact of your work has extended beyond our shores. Your actions and the stories we've heard reflect the spirit of the words of Martin Luther King when he said, "Not everybody can be famous, but everybody can be great, because greatness is determined by service." On behalf of all New Zealanders, I thank you for your service, for helping make Aotearoa New Zealand a better place, whether by dedicating your lives to the public good, or achieving distinction in your chosen field, or inspiring others with your leadership. Please wear your insignia with pride, knowing that your contributions are recognised and valued, and others are inspired by your contributions. Thank you, everyone. That brings almost to a close the official part of today's ceremony, but before we break for some refreshments, I ask you to stand and join me in singing our national anthem.